Ehyiamu kese bi akoso ewa Accra eye the 2023 National Development Conference a Pentecost asodan held annually na ehyiamu we na edise His Excellency Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo ba be mu fefefe na ode nsimfo akakra ba betudwa but for one or two reasons being to know ntimi amba and advice John Dramani Mahama ebeko share na nemu na meeting as mpanyfo bebre na etimi be pie ohwe Aban Backben ohwe ex-president Kufuor ohwe John Dramani Mahama crash baby na meeting ase ana Mahama ene Bawumia ehia mpunimpu na ensem we call so the video na kasa wa ase
Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am greatly honored for this singular opportunity given to me by His Excellency, the President Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, to represent him here for the opening of the National Development Conference 2023. But for an equally important assignment that has made it impossible for the President to be here in person, it was his utmost wish to honor the invitation and deliver this address. The President sends his warm felicitations to the conference, and he is grateful to the Church of Pentecost and the chairman, his very good friend, Apostle Eric Nyamiche, for the opportunity to deliver these remarks. The President says, I should tell you this. And he says, if there is one church which has over the years, and particularly in recent times, risen to its duties of being a steadfast partner of government in the development of the nation, he there says, it is the Church of Pentecost. Indeed, the contribution of the Church of Pentecost to education, healthcare, social welfare, and the financial development of Ghana continues to merit unalloyed gratitude of the Ghanaian people. The collaboration of the state and church in mutual respect and in the promotion of religious liberty has been an essential feature of Ghanaian governance, which has inured very much to the benefit of the Ghanaian people. I would, in this respect, use this important platform to express the gratitude of the nation for the very proactive role the church, indeed the religious community as a whole, played in assisting our people cope with the effects of the global COVID-19 pandemic. The Church of Pentecost has proven not to be just a spectator, but also an active player in the growth of Mother Ghana. And we are confident that the good Lord will continue to bless the efforts of this church. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this conference seeks to bring together major stakeholders in our national development for a reflection and discourse towards developing a framework for a moral vision for Ghana's development. The carefully chosen theme for the conference, and I quote, moral vision and national development, end quote, is timely and relevant to our national discourse. It should serve as a call not only to members of the Church of Pentecost, but also to all faithful disciples of Christ. Indeed, to all Ghanaians to rise to their religious responsibilities and stimulate the desired motivational spirit of renewal and transformation towards effective nation building. It should be our collective desire that the principles of God's kingdom become the driving forces in our lives. God rules in the affairs of men, and in all our dealings, we must recognize the presence of the Almighty, the omnipresent, the omnipotent, and the omniscient. As leaders of the Christian faith, this should be the standard for being a disciple of Jesus Christ. As President of the Republic, that is Nana Akufo-Addo, not me. As President of the Republic, as you all know, my goal since coming into office has been to improve the living standards of the Ghanaian people. Every policy initiative, whether it is the free senior high school policy, the program for planting for food and jobs, or the One District, One Factory initiative, has been implemented with the well-being of the Ghanaian at heart. Before the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, our nation had the fastest growing economies. It's one of the fastest growing economies, not just in Africa, but across the world. However, the ravages of the pandemic, worsened by the effects of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, disrupted our progress. Nonetheless, I can assure all of you gathered here that the Akufo-Addo government is determined to bring relief to Ghanaians and return the economy back to the high rates of growth that characterized the management of our economy in the 3 years preceding the COVID outbreak in 2020. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking steps which are taming inflation and exchange rate depreciation, and economic growth has also picked up. We will continue with our programs for the expansion and modernization of our educational system to create a 21st century workforce, the systematic reform of our healthcare system to ensure a resilient, robust healthcare delivery system, the realization of the agenda of industrial transformation that holds the key to our future prosperity, the enhancement of agricultural productivity to guarantee the prospects of food security, the execution of the comprehensive infrastructural development plan in roads and railways, the conclusion of the digitalization process to obtain the full benefits of the fourth industrial revolution, the protection and greening of our environment to address climate change, and the empowerment of the security services to consolidate peace, security, and stability of the state and nation. The establishment of a free and just society where entrepreneurship and individual initiative are sources of wealth creation, with a strong social safety net for the marginalized and disadvantaged, and the improvement of the governance architecture to deepen accountability and respect for the rule of law in our body politic. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, any society characterized by rampant deception, bribery, and corruption will not make any progress. We ignore the human factor in a nation's development at our peril. The informal and non-transparent nature of our society makes it easy for people to hide. People believe that there is no accountability for their actions or inactions. The behavior, as Pastor Eric Nyamiche has just said, Apostle Eric Nyamiche has just said, the behavior of the people determines the transformation of a nation. And this is why, as a government, we have focused on putting in place systems that will reduce the role of the human factor and enhance transparency through digitalization of the economy. We have put in place systems that will encourage or compel morally upright behavior. And this is why you've seen several initiatives. We are living in a very informal society, and this is why, it was possible for you to be born and you die in Ghana without anybody recognizing you in any official document. The issuance of national ID cards is providing us unique identity for everybody. And this now means we are now moving to the stage where from next month going forward, babies who are born will be issued national ID numbers. And this will make sure, because when you talk about the Americas, the US, and how they do it, they behave because everybody is identified. Immediately you are born in that society, you are given a social security number or a national insurance number. So from birth through school to work and when you die, everything you do is recorded, is attributable to you. We have lived for a long time in essentially a very informal, non-transparent society. So people can behave in ways that don't have consequences. But when people are uniquely identified, it checks misbehavior, because there are consequences to bad behavior, to behavior that is not morally justified. And this is why